So there's a proposed underused metagame where an offensive fairy type is one of the best Pokemon in the tier. Welcome to the first iteration of Cap Underused. A tournament made just for me, it seems, because I love made up things and having some fun in the underused ladder. A metagame that is vastly different from good old boring underused. Sadly, this metagame is not available and playable on the Showdown ladder for whatever reason. But that's not going to stop us from entertaining these Pokemon on the Cap ladder. Let's see how it does. As we can see, this little aggressive kitten is rank S, even higher than classical underused monsters such as Excadrill and Tornadus Therian. Let's see what makes this Pokemon all so good. Alright folks, and what took us hours to find this game. Finally, let's see if these underused Pokemon, these made up unused Pokemon, although I only possess 2, can hack it in a metagame where Darkrai is here and this puppet is jerking back and forth like a man. Okay, forget it, man. I just won the game on the spot. Let's see if we can have... Now we have to wait another hour before we get another one. Alright, and hopefully we have a game in our hand, and I see the opponent is using Pokemon that are also relatively at the UU power level. Looking at their team, I expect them to lead off with this interesting looking dude called Fidget, which looks like it belongs in that game. What's the game called again? I think it's called Ban or something. Looks like a Ban character. Mittens. They got a lot of fairies, so I shouldn't have led up with Mittens. As of course, the Fidget Spinner is here to stay. I'm a parting shot out as potentially Trick Room is the move that shall be clicked. I'll go hard into Braveheart as Tailwind, persistent Tailwind, 5 turns of Tailwind. I didn't recognize that was a possibility. If they Earth Power, I shall die. I'm not quite sure what the stats are on this monstrous. I'm Iron Defense. It's strong as possible. As they light screen too. Iron Defense again, need to get as powerful as possible. Most of their Pokemon appear to be physical attackers in nature, and I've dropped their special attack by 1 stage. So hopefully, if they are a physical attacker in nature, I can just stomach the attack. This, I know for a fact. Plasmanta. It's a special attacker. I've got a special attacker that can deal with it. No. They were quicker than I the whole time? What? Oh, the Tailwind is active. That's the main reason. Let's knock off whatever. Oh, they have the balloon. They had the balloon. Let's put it that way. Now I U-turn out as a discharge for no type of damage. No type of shock horror, of course that happens. The Tailwind had petered out. I have a means. I'm gonna go to Moby Dick at this point. And maybe Rapid Spin, of course they'll do what they just did. I see that knockoff is the best click I possess. I should Rapid Spin really and truly. If they end up going into the Phantom Pajantum, and they want to go into the Dreaming Dinosaur, so be it. What you gonna click here? So I resist both stabs. That's actually cool attack that you've thrown off there, my friend. I'll knock it off. I have U-turn on this Moby Dick for some odd reason, even though it's not some regenerating monstrosity. I should change that in case I plan on using this team for a tournament game. I have used this team in a tournament game before. Alas, I ended up winning the game despite the miscalculations that I have made when building this team. But there's always room for improvement, you know, we can test things out versus the Cap ladder, and more often than not I am assuming I'm going to be playing versus Pokemon that are overused in stature and nature. We'll have to wait and see what's up with that, as the opponent's taking their sweet time thinking about their next course of action. This is a knockoff victim of... Oh, it lived. That is incredible. What? Itemless. Why would you be itemless, my friend? Fine. I'll keep Moby Dick in the back as a sack so that I can play a bit fast and loose, you know, versus some monstrous threat. There's 3 tails of Tailwind. 3 turns of Tailwind, not 3 tails. 3 turns of Tailwind, which is not really enough time to get the ball rolling for the opponent. I believe that Unaware Skeledirge went to Rastalise at the appropriate time and wall the remaining 3 Pokemon that the opponent possesses. But that is a feat that we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to start looking for another game at this moment in time so that we don't end up I have made a terrible mistake searching for another game instantaneously. I received the next game. Well, it's good practice, I suppose, as now we're going to face some OU giants, a Raccoonette being chief among them as well. So in this game, Braveheart, what has the opponent done? Temper Flaring, eh? Why are you getting so angry, my friend? I'm gonna start Iron Defensing, as the more you do this nonsense, the less you'll do to me. The next Iron Defense will be slower than myself. Everybody is slower than Braveheart. Shock, horror, that Iron Defense Braveheart is actually capitalizing on their lack of speed once the tailwind peters out. So let's see what happens next. Oh, they are praying for something sinister. Why is this my life? Sometimes I wonder. Nonetheless, the next game, has the opponent started the diamond? No, they have not. So we can face this overused monstrosity another time. They critical hit me and they paralyzed me. Let it be no. And I vault switch out for some stupid reason, so I had the ways and means to defeat them, but alas, I didn't do that. Fine. I am a fighting type, so Leviathan. Best beware if it decides to come in. If they want to double back and forth between Pajantum and Leviathan, so be it. But I am a fighting type. I said it and I meant it. You want to terrestrialize, it has to be done immediately, my friend. I know Leviathan, it looks like a very heavy Pokemon. Protection. Ninja Art Kuchaku protection. Fine. Sacrifice Braveheart at this point in time. If they end up Dragon Dancing, then congratulations, so be it. I'm so shocked at what I've seen that they would have allowed me to Aura Sphere them into the high heavens. Nonetheless, I'll just body press if they want to get mad and Dragon Dance, so be it. You will take a chunk. Oh my goodness, are they hoping to... no. It's not happening. Not happening, my friend. Volt switch time. Of course, it should defeat me with a facade or a waterfall flow. I'm not sure what coverage. Oh my goodness, you cannot even touch me. Torch song time. Torch song time. I know that even though you are burnt and you take resisted damage, or I mean you still do full damage because you're burnt. It doesn't matter. 4%. That looked like you weren't even burned for real, my friend. And I am unaware, and I have high defenses, but surely you were not that light. I guess I've seen Metagross do minimal damage with Heavy Slam. Apparently Skeledirge is a bulky beast. Will-O-Wisp time as a terrestrialize into a fairy type. As the opponent has still not started the time in this game, I'll be honest with them and tell them I'll be here now. Haze. The opponent has decided to haze me. Wow. Skeledirge, you silly man. I forget. This Pokemon is asleep. I'm not facing the little guy on the back. I'm facing the big beast that he's dreaming about. That's the issue. That's why I couldn't make them fall asleep. I couldn't burn them. That's the issue. I couldn't burn them. They are currently pretending to sleep. So yeah. This opponent is playing 3 apparently, so maybe they are getting in some good practice as well. This game is pretty much in the cards for me. I mean, not in the cards, in the bag. That's what they say when you are guaranteed to win something. So we may as well get focused on the next game, as they have Great Tusk, the greatest Pokemon of all. With the sticky webs, I have to terrestrialize the Funeral Pyre, I suppose. Braveheart is going to have to check the Venomicon. And Mittens is going to have to perform a miracle versus Raging Bolt. Alas, Leech Lifing time, fine. A Torch Song to get... I shouldn't have Torch Song, that was so stupid of me. That was quite a strong brave, but what kind of Pajantum is that? Life Orb, of course. Let me start the timer on this opponent. Actually, I shan't, because they were kind enough to not do that unto me. And lead off with Assault Vest, Tornado Asterion, Bleak Wind Bluff on this guy. And go from there. Slack off time. Water type. Okay. No. I know that has a mega chance to paralyze me, but not today, my friend. Especially when I land this Will-O-Wisp forward. There was no need to forfeit. I clicked Will-O-Wisp, but I could have missed. And you could have performed miracles, my friend. Could have performed miracles. You never know. Anyways, Caribolt. One of the starter Pokemon for Cap. Quote unquote. A disgraceful Pokemon. Nice that Cap even has shinies for them. Generation 9 couldn't animate their sprites, but Cap finds a way, I suppose. So let's play this game as we are facing off against unanimated Great Tusk and unanimated Raging Bolt and Golden Go. Endure. I missed the attack, which is very convenient, I must admit. Would you go into Raging Bolt? You actually did, you monster. I shall U-turn as you may, Calm Mind. That's a potential idea for you, my friend. Moby Dick shall come in as you ended up calm minding. Cool, we understand that language. I'm going to make the surprise play and just rapid spin as they may Draco Meteor me. If they switch, I'm shocked at what I see. Terra Blast Water, why? It's a shocking revelation. I've finished myself in this town, to say the least. How am I going to dismantle this Raging Bolt? That's a good question. I think I lost on the spot, my friends. Oh, they have Dragon Pulse. Man, this is so unfair. Potentially Mittens may have lived in attack. Let's find out. If that's not the case, I have to forfeit immediately. Man, Cap Yu is not really adapted to play versus the overused tier of Cap, it seems. That was crazy. Quick and instant defeat, it seems. And the opponent is possessing some broken Pokemon. I recall that the people said that this pirate octopus dude, Argonaut, is actually quite strong. And this Pokemon, this train, Choo Choo Charles, Chugalong, had to be nerfed in some capacity to make it a little less annoying to deal with. Let's lead off with Mittens, as I'm not so sure what this thing could potentially do unto me. It has Toxic and Poison Heal, potentially Protection as well. But I shall just attack it for more than half of its damage. What the heck? That's quite fascinating. And the Toxic Heal is active, and I'm judging that they have Protect. I'm guessing, not judging, I'm guessing they have Protection. Who runs Toxic Heal with no protection? Does this Pokemon learn any reliable recovery moves? I'm not so sure, but Snailstrom, what a lovely name, really. A really, really creative idea. I'm going to start getting into Cap, folks, and if I do, I'm going to post my ideas when I submit them to Cap, and I encourage you to vote on them and exclaim them to be such great ideas. Moonblast of course. Wow, I didn't recognize that this Pokemon possessed such a adaptation, but Mittens' choice specs Moonblast is still an attack that they do not take kindly to. And even if they do terrestrialize into resist, I mean, a specs Moonblast is not something you want to eat, and you came in just to fake me out. Typical. So far not too bad, as we are dismantling some high level OU Pokemon. No, you do not resist me in any capacity. I won't want it. Scarf. That's definitely Choice Scarf. That means that, what does it mean for us? It means I can Rapid Spin for free, get a speed boost, and I'll still be slower than Carrybolt. That sucks. They should go into the Argonaut, I believe. I should just headstrong rush twice in a row and gone from there. Let's see how strong a Guts boosted stab headlong rush is versus the defensive Pirate, which is Argonaut. Ooh, that's quite strong, but I'm gonna die in one and they're gonna... Alright, they killed me, fine. I'm dead. I no longer exist in this life. A Bleakwind has no resist as far as I can tell, and I am packing the Mega Assault Vest, so a Boom Bursting Carrybolt. It's not going to work out for you, my friend. And let me introduce you to a friend of mine. Hemogoblin, fine. Let's knock this thing off in case it's specs, in case it's mad. Let's see what it is about. Leftovers. Wish. Okay, I didn't recognize that this was a possibility for this guy. Let's Bleakwind bluff and... Okay, fine. Wow, Flare Blitzing me and hurting me like that. You hurt me quite tremendously, I must say. Are you physical in nature? You may be, but I have a Pokemon that beats every physical attacker under the sun. And I need my regeneration on the Tornadus Therian, so there's that piece of news. I'll Will-O-Wisp in case they switch into Chugalong. Choo Choo Charles. Why is Chugalong so broken? I'm not sure. I think the move pool may have had something to do with it, as you all may or may not know. Cap Pokemon tend to... Oh, I made a good play. I made a good play there. But hold the thought as Cap Pokemon tend to have an abundance of necessary coverage moves to make sure that they are reliable in the Cap tier. It's what makes Cap a fun and interesting. Ooh. The fact that you are dancing up a storm here, it means to me that you are not able to check the funeral pyre of the Skeledirge, as I resist poison, and I don't... Why would you Dragon Dance Sludge Wave? These are the questions that need answers, but you are burnt, so I'm immune to Sludge Wave if that's your choice of special attacking option. And if you're full on special with Dragon Dance, then congratulations. I'm shocked at that revelation, but it remains to be seen. Clanging Scales, as they ended up clicking Scale Jangle. That's the nickname I gave for that move. Clanging Scales should actually be called Scale Jangle. I shouldn't have done this, as I've allowed myself to be weakened on a very important Pokemon. Nonetheless, this thing has no regeneration. Maybe it possesses some slack off or some stamina or some insane healing option. That remains to be seen. It's neither here nor there. It is quite fast and tanky in its own regard, and quite powerful apparently. But of course I want to KO the broken Chugalong that recently needed to be nerfed in order to remain legal in this tier. Carabolt sacrificed the Cobalion at this point. Volt switching, alright fine, we expect and accept that premise. You'll take the chip on the Hemo Goblin, you will. You'll take it. I have to go to the Funeral Pyre, as apparently they've revealed themselves to be physical. Pixelate, you have Pixelate, you have Intimidate. I'm not sure why you would run Flare Blast if you can run like Double Edge or something. I don't know what moves this Pokemon possesses. No protection on deck, it's not a problem for me. I can handle oh no. Why is Skeletor so tanking this year? Skeletor is the best underwear Pokemon in Pokemon history so far. Perhaps when I'm old and grey, there will be a better underwear with the most insane unique type. Oh, this is dead. I'm boosted. Torch Song is sung at max volume, and I send the Carabolt to the graveyard. Wonderful news. What was the opponent's rating? Probably 1,000. Classical. Let's get one more and then we'll call it a day or a night. Alright, and the next game came instantly, and I'm screwed versus this opponent. The webs cannot afford to go up, so I can simply click. I have to keep Colosoil alive though. That's the main problem I'm facing at this point. I'll just lead off Colosoil. Really and truly I shall. And knock off the Araquanid. And then knock it off again, as they potentially will go into Golden Go to stave off my knockoff. I mean my Rapid Spin, that's the thing. But this opponent clearly just has me beat, because I cannot do much versus their OU team at this point in time. I'll knock off, as they may or may not decide to give me their Sash. Oh, 50% is good enough for me. Custerberry been removed from play. That's good news unto me. How can we proceed from this position? If they want to go for Terrestrialize, that's their prerogative, but I don't think that's the option you desire to go for. Oh, Raging Bolt is in. That's not a problem unto me. A U-turn ought to do me good, as they may Calm Mind, but oh gosh, they're definitely going to Calm Mind. What am I going to do about this potential problem? I'm going to go into Mittens, that's for certain. Then I'm going to Parting Shot out as a Thunderclap. And then keep doing this. Fine. What's done is done. I'm going to go into the Fairy type. What's your name again, my friend? What's your name again? The Dragon Boss. I'm just all over the show and lost. I don't recall what this guy's name is. Finally, the biggest threat to my team is done. Now I have to handle a lot of other guys. This thing has shown itself to be a physical attacker, but is it true? Apparently it is so. It is true. Let's U-turn out for free. As I'm resistant to Fairy. I don't care what ground type attack this thing can go for. Labelets, no type of damage. I've seen this story before. As I shall Torch Song as this guy came in. A critical hit did so little. That's so unbelievable. Unacceptable at this point in time. But we've gotten rid of the main people that needed to be gotten rid of. That's all I can say. I can't afford really to get rocks up. I'm just gonna Volt Switch on the whatever that was. They're gonna get Sticky Wave up here. Of course I'll U-turn, as there's no such thing as Custerberry for them at this point in time. Hard into, I suppose, Mittens to bait out Venomicon and a poison attack. Maybe I can actually, as Golden Go was the one that got baited out. A Fairy type attack being thrown my way. Maybe. Nasty plot. No. Try to get nasty. I love this. Make it rain out. 2 KO. I promise you that I've got mega defensive investment. Wow. Just over half. Not nearly enough to dissuade Tornadus Therian. The Phoenix Down will rise once again, or at least in the games. Phoenix Down was an item that was used to revive your friends. So I'll use it now for my 33%. That is incredible. That Hemo Goblin, a Pokemon with such a big blister on his head, can move that fast at an extreme speed pace. Wow, shock horror. I think clicking Will-O-Wisp is in order. In fact, I shall Torch Song for the chip because there's no other point of clicking anything. I suppose they could be mad and go into the Great Tusk, the greatest Tusk of all, but this much I kind of expect our Will-O-Wisp here, as Brave Bird's going to do not too much. I have to land this as a must land. Slack off time, I can wall this thing eternally and forever. Continuous Brave Birds is what I desire to see. The opponent is actually quite easy because they're playing it quite foolishly. The next slack off is compulsory. Okay, fine, I didn't recognize that you were roosting like that. I don't coil. It doesn't matter how strong. Attack booster, wonderful. That means the headstrong is gonna definitely KO me. Cool, but you've dropped your defenses by some means. And I'm a fairy type, so... Ooh, that's bad for me. You don't wanna know why? I'm a fairy type, which means that Earth Type of power, of course. I do not... I'm gonna love this attack. I don't care what kind of double edge you go for. I'll love Flare Blitz. Moonlight. Alright, I do more than half. I'm learning, you know. I'm learning as time goes along. Your Spadef is gonna be dropped if you don't be careful. You only have fairy coverage and Flare Blitz to hit me with, and Flare Blitz was definitely not gonna KO me. I can promise you that. Incredible feat that we defeated the Great Tusk, the Raging Bull, the Golden Go, Araquanid, which is the most annoying Pokemon and overused currently. With this iteration of underused, and Mittens, the person I declared I shall do my best with in every game, or in every match. Let me not say every game, because I'm not that brilliant of a mastermind when it comes to competitive Pokemon. Perhaps I will be in the future, but who knows, it depends on you folks. In some capacity, you know, the more people that enjoy this type of content, the more it lets me know that I should be uploading competitive Pokemon underused and just competitive Pokemon news in general. But so far it seems that competitive Pokemon singles, Smogon singles at least, is not a very popular thing. It's not there by demand, you know. And it's a very difficult niche to break into unless you are chums with the elites of this system. But I digress, it's neither here nor there. I enjoy playing Pokemon. I shall be here for eternity, as long as I live, I suppose. But regardless if I take a hiatus for numerous weeks or days, I shall return, so stick around. Folks, I must also give some acknowledgement to you all, for often when I do not upload, or I upload a video that's relatively boring, I see that I lose some subscribers, which is quite shocking, you know. Channel's not that big yet, and I do try with the time I can spend to provide some entertainment and some knowledge for you folks. So you forgive me if the content is slacking and lacking sometimes, but this time when I took an unexpected and unannounced hiatus, nobody unsubscribed, which was an incredible feat that I could inspire over 300 people to stick around for the long journey, you know. I appreciate the patience and time that each and every one of you have had with me thus far. Nonetheless, folks, we're gonna call it at that, as we played a few games in this obscure tier, a tier that you've never heard of, the greatest Pokemon in underused. That is actually something I would desire to see eventually, or not eventually, but immediately, for there are no good fairy types in current generation 9 underused. Tinkaton, really? That's not an offensive powers. Gardevoir? Oh, come on, laughable. Let me know what you think of the Cap community and the Cap metagame as a whole, folks. If you even knew about it, I'd love to know your thoughts and opinion. Before we end this, if you did enjoy this type of content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already, as we shall be doing a lot more of these. But until next time, folks, we shall be U-turning out. Thanks for watching.